All right, everybody, welcome. How are you?
Hello.
Joffrey, hello, folks.
Yeah, thanks for bearing with us with those quick technical difficulties, but nothing like a Global Hack Week stream without figuring it out. It's part of our careers. How about you?
That's right. Yeah, everything seems to end up going well in the end. That's what I always remind myself. Even if you have an issue, just power through.
Well, let's power through these slides then.
Absolutely. Well, welcome to day 3 of Career Week. I actually think this should say day 4. Not sure. Maybe we have a typo.
Ooh,
um,
I
because
do believe we have a typo.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Everyone here knows it's day 4. So
I don't
we
know.
also
My jet lag says maybe it's still day 3.
have. Yeah, that's right, Cecilia. And we both just got back from some flights. Um, it's good to see. So, all right, meet your MLHers. Let's begin. My name is Steven. I am a coach at Major League Hacking, and I've been working with Major League Hacking for a long time now. Actually, this month, November, this is my 5-year anniversary working at Major League Hacking. So, thank you. I'm very happy about that. And like I mentioned, I just got back from Texas. I was working with another colleague of ours at Major League Hacking, Abdullah. We were at a hackathon there. So anyone from Texas in the messages, would love to hear from you. So I'm looking forward to also the end of the year because I have some travels to visit family. So anyway, let's go on to the next slide.
Oops. Skip the slide. Hi, I'm Cecilia. Some of you seem to know me already. I love the typos. Not really. It happens. So I'm also a coach at Major League Hacking. Wasn't at an event this past weekend. Was actually at a workshop for hackathon researchers. And I spent the last week and a half doing that. So very excited to be back. Very motivated again. And now starting work on my PhD again.
Excellent. Well, now let's cover our schedule for the day.
So first we have our Q&A research with our Q&A with G Research Fellow Raj Patel. And so we'll be hopping on right after this. So make sure you stay even after we've ended the stream. I'm not kidding, it'll be right after. So keep an eye out.
That's right. And Cecilia, our very own Cecilia, will be having a Wikipedia's Races mini event at 1 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 p.m. IST. So Cecilia, do you want to say anything more about your own mini event?
Well, so I have a reputation for making rather hard mini events. So if you'd like to challenge each other and challenge me and see if you can break the cycle of me making ridiculously hard events without trying, love to see it. Show up. Happy to have you. And if not, feel free to come by and chat.
Excellent.
So as for next, another thing you definitely should come check out is EDUCE framework, unleashing potential through hackathon. So definitely come by, join Jeanette at 2 p.m. Eastern or midnight 30 at IST.
Yes, and as we go through this schedule, things start to get pretty long in the tooth, IST wise. And I always like to mention at this point that instead of, not everyone likes to stay up super late. So if instead of staying up later than you'd like, you can always catch the stream the next day on the recordings. So just always a reminder for that one.
Highly recommend sleeping.
Yes. So now Nick will be giving a workshop against the meta, get the job you really want, at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:30 a.m. IST. Man, that sounds like a great one to join. maybe I'll try and catch it.
Exciting. And then we have Not Light with potentially Steven. That may be in flux, but do you want to give a brief blurb about it?
Yes. So No Light will be having a really fun mini event where you write code with the lights off. So you'll be typing, but you won't be able to sort of compile your code and see the result until the very end. I'm super excited for this actually because No Light, I've not run it since we had ChatGPT. So I wonder if people are using ChatGPT at all in their No Lights. I'm really curious to see.
I
But
hadn't even thought of that.
yeah. So, and now Shreyasi will be giving us a workshop, very interesting subject about giving a successful application. Um, and so this is obviously a skill that is something we have to work on in addition to our programming, right? So I think it's very valuable, and I highly recommend joining at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. IST.
And then we have our one and only Kari, creating a personal portfolio website. Definitely a key thing for any developer to have, especially as you go into figuring out what your career might be. So go ahead and join her at 9 p.m. Eastern or 7:30 a.m. IST.
And Dikshita will be giving a technical interview prep workshop. This is part 2 of this series. So if you were unable to catch part 1, or you're looking forward to part 2, that will be at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. IST.
Oops.
Sorry.
No, it's too many cooks in the kitchen. And so we do have an opportunity to hear from a sponsor AMA. Rosenda will be leading that at 11 a.m. Eastern or 9:30 p.m. IST.
Very nice. So now, today in Global Hack Week is sort of, we're thinking one day ahead now to Gabriella and Nofal to have day 5's Global Hack Week stream. So, if for whatever reason we're unable to cover a question you might have, or there's something that's you want to get some more updates, there's always a Today in Global Hack Week stream every 24 hours. So you can catch the next one at 12 p.m. Eastern Time.
And if not, you can watch the recording after.
That's right.
So we do have a couple minutes that we are happy to answer some Q&A while we wait for Will to get set up and have that talk we mentioned that you should definitely stay for. But any questions while we hang around for just a bit?
I actually have a question. Krish Gupta says half one in British. I've never heard that before. What does half one mean? I'm not sure.
I think it's half after or 30 minutes after.
30 minutes after? Okay, yeah, that's interesting.
Or at least 30 minutes after midnight, maybe, or 12. I've definitely heard it before, but definitely in passing.
Excellent.
Let's see if chat has any ideas. Half one, midnight 30.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that.
Can confirm. Awesome.
And I have another one that I wanted to address. 404 says, weren't all Shreyasi's streams canceled? If there was an announcement about that, that I would trust that over our slides, because as you noticed, sometimes in our slides they are not fully up to date with all the announcements and things like that. So I would trust those announcements over what's presented in the slides.
Looks like there is a link to Discord, so seems like that was a formal announcement. So,
yes.
Wow, we're really coming up with different spellings for my name. I think that's a lot of extra vowels there. But yeah, if you happen to be in the right time zone at the right time, I'm actually doing it slightly off from when I normally do it because I'm very jet lagged. But I'm happy to have you.
Yes, and I thought that actually we have our name tags on us on the stream. So
We do.
If you have any worries about spelling, you can just look at the name tags.
I think at this point it's just become a joke, and sometimes you just gotta live with it.
Yeah, that's a very good-natured way to look at it. So. All right, I think those are all the questions we have today. We were, like I said, we were told to kind of make this a little bit shorter, on the shorter end, because we have an exciting session with Will coming up. And so if you have any more questions, we'll stay on for just a minute or two longer. But don't forget, the Discord is your ultimate resource throughout the event. You can send messages, Q&As over there, and that's something we check 24/7.
And then in the topic of not forgetting any sessions you should definitely attend, check out that framework for unleashing the potential through hackathons at 2 p.m. Eastern or 30 if you're British, IST.
That's great. That's a great. Thank you for pointing for mentioning that one, Cecilia. And actually, we have another question in the chat. This one is very important for us to mention.
Mm.
So, what is your favorite pizza topping? So, I want to answer this one because it's one I don't think a lot of people think of, but it's artichoke. I don't know if
Okay.
has everybody had artichoke on their pizza?
I actually have, and
Delicious.
that's because of another coach, Paul, who likes artichoke dip. And I could swear we've gotten a pizza with artichoke before, and that's probably the most likely chance I've had it.
Well, I will have to talk about that with Paul, and
Yes, you should.
maybe we can get that as a permanent offering at the HackCon food, food supply.
I
But
don't know how many other people are gonna like that, but I'm curious. I want to see it happen.
but what about you, Cecilia? Do you happen to have a favorite pizza topping?
I actually can't eat pizza because it has cheese on it. So I do tend to, if I'm able to have pizza, as in like I've had a lactose bill, margarita pizza is my favorite. I really like basil and I like tomatoes, and I will deal with cheese. But
Right.
margarita is usually where it's at. And if I'm feeling like I want meat instead, pepperoni's a good second best.
That's great. What about you, 404? I mean, we should have a discussion about this, maybe in the chat, if anyone has their own favorite pizza topping. Uh, so I'm curious to hear. Basil and cheese. Basil and cheese. Okay, that's pretty good.
My basil people. It's funny, I actually have a little basil plant out front right now. Keeps getting eaten by aphids though.
And they require a lot of water. I learned that when I tried to
Really?
grow my own basil plant. Every day I would have to water it, or it would start to wilt. Maybe it's
I've
just
had
very dry
to.
here in California.
You have to spray it. If you spray it, it'll help protect the leaves from shriveling up a bit because the water will evaporate and not pull it out of the leaves. So I spray mine every day, but water it every other day. It
Excellent.
also
Well,
keeps the aphids off,
we
which we have
learn
a problem
something every
here.
day at Global Hack Week, even the streamers. So, all right. Well, I think that's everybody in the chat. I think we've gotten to all the questions. So we should, in the spirit of keeping things concise, end the stream. But it was great to talk to all of you and to be here up on the stream with you, Cecilia. So I think
Likewise, Steven.
excellent. So I think we can just leave it here. See you
Sure.
later, everyone.
See you, and see you at our streams.
Yep.